Yes, ma'am. Yes, you are.
How do I look?
You look great. Hair and makeup really did a good job on you today.
Thank you. I'm a bit nervous.
You never been around cameras before, madam?
No, never.
Well, welcome. Welcome
Thank
to our
you.
studio.
Thanks.
And I hope that we can make you as comfortable as possible. So, let's just start out by you telling us your full name and your occupation.
Okay. My name is Lily Ann Thomas. So right now I'm working as a teacher at a local middle school where I live.
Wow, that's an excellent occupation. I'm sure it's rewarding.
It is.
Okay, would you please state your age for the camera, please?
I'm 30 years old.
Well, you look awful young for your age, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Do you do a specific skincare routine or?
Not really. I think I've just been gifted with this skin, not to brag or anything, but I did have a rough patch back in my youth, but I think I'm doing good now.
Okay, Miss Thomas, if you wouldn't mind during this portion of the interview, just give us a few facts about yourself, anything that you would like our viewers to know about you before we go into this story of your life. Just give us anything that might help our viewers get to know you.
Okay, well, we can start off nice and simple. My favorite color is blue. Basic, I know, but it's a very specific shade of blue. And I try to eat as healthy as I can. I still cheat sometimes, but I'm addicted to salads, and water is always a good thing to drink instead of, sodas or tea and stuff like that. What else could I tell you? Oh, I have 4 siblings. Most of them are younger than me. I do have one that's older. They don't live around here though, so I'm basically a loner. My mother does live nearby, and we do see each other pretty often, but not as often as I would like. Let's see, I recently got a haircut. How do you think it looks?
Oh, it looks great, ma'am.
Thank you. I've never had this short of hair before, but I've always had bangs, and this is, of course, my natural color. Let's see, what else? My home is pretty small, but I do think it's pretty homey, and I do have a few friends that come over occasionally, and I try to decorate it up a little bit, and we usually just end up watching a movie and eating some dinner, salad of course, because that's also their favorites. And I'm single, so there's that. No one in my life like that at all, but anyways, that's okay because I'm happy being single, and I'm a little bit shy, but I'm doing my best because this is obviously out of my comfort zone, but I think this journey is going to be good for me. So let's see, what else could I tell you? Oh, I drive a black Ford. I really like it. It's small, so it's perfect for me because like I said, I'm a loner and I usually don't pick up that many people. Not in that way, of course. As for music and movies, I like pretty much any movie, except I'm not a huge fan of comedy, and horror really scares me. Like, oh my goodness, horror is just, I just cry during a horror movie. It's just awful. So I'm not a fan of those, but I do really enjoy romance. Gotta have a little bit of spice somewhere. And I've been into thrillers lately, and movies that are based off of novels are always very nice. Speaking of novels, I love to read. I think it really helps with the intellectual side of your life. Again, into romances. I probably should explore a little bit more, but yeah. And music, I like music. Classical, mostly, string quartets and orchestras, stuff like that. Sometimes I branch out and I do go into stuff that has some words in it, but for the most part I stick with instrumental.
Okay, well that is excellent knowledge, and you seem like a well-rounded individual.
Thank you.
So now we're going to be moving into the part where we talk about the reason for the show, which is your friend Lois, and what happened in her life and why she's going to be moving in with you. And I just kind of want our viewers to hear your side of the story and what you really think happened to her and what it's going to be like having a new dynamic of her moving in with you. So if you could just start from the beginning with her.
So Lois is a close family friend. She's been friends with my mom for a very long time, but they had a little dispute where they stopped talking for a while, so I'm not sure my mom knows what's going on. But Lois she's older than me, so she got married to a man named Harris, and he was quite a bit older than her. I think she's always been attracted to older men, and of course there's nothing wrong with that. Lois is just special. So they started off and they married pretty well. They had 2 children together, 2 boys, and they're both, living on their own now. I'm pretty sure one of them is married, if I'm not mistaken. And then Lois started to see the other side of Harris, and I just feel so bad, giving out this information, but it's the truth, and I don't know what Lois is going to tell you. But her husband, Harris, well, he had a gambling and a drinking problem, and honestly, it got worse after their marriage and their children were born. And, well, one night he was really intoxicated, and he gambled away everything they had, including their estate. So, Lois is at a pretty low point right now, and to say the least, after he realized what he did, Harris divorced Lois, and now she's alone, and she really doesn't know what's going on. She really doesn't know what's going on at this point. Sometimes it takes her a while to realize what's going on around her. But really, I think the saddest part of this story is that after Harris divorced her, he ran off with a younger woman. And I just think that shows his immaturity, honestly, because she's younger, and honestly, she's not gonna have what he needs, because she's much different than Lois. And Lois was definitely a homebody. She took care of Harris and their children, and this young lady, she just doesn't care about him at all. Honestly, I think she married Harris for the money that he just came into from a new job. He got back on his feet pretty quickly, which is nothing like Lois. I mean, if y'all could see her right now, she's really down. Like I said, she doesn't know what's going on, and she's gonna tell you a different story, I'm pretty sure, because Lois does have her pride, and while Harris did take most of that away when he divorced her, she still has some left. But yeah, this younger woman, she's, skinny, blonde, and she isn't into kids or animals. She just likes a big house and a big man. And, well, I just don't think it's gonna work out. But, I wish the best for Harris, even after what he did to Lois, because I have forgiveness.
So tell me how this new dynamic with Lois moving into your lower middle class life, how that's going to affect her and how you think your dynamic living together will be.
Oh, goodness. Well, like I said before, my home is small. I wouldn't say that I'm struggling with money, but I'm definitely nowhere near what Lois and Harris had. I'm doing the best I can, and I really hope that Lois understands when she comes into my home. I don't have a problem with her moving in. It's definitely taken me by surprise, but I think it's gonna be good for her, and I'm gonna try to do the best I can to have compassion and, patience with her.
Okay, thank you for explaining that so very well. You did an excellent job, very eloquently put. My last question for you is, before this reality show begins, before your lives are really turned upside down with cameras filming and everything, is there anything that you want your viewers to know, anything that you want to get across to them before this starts? Any knowledge or anything about your life, or any misconceptions that anyone might have about you that you want to just put an end to right now?
Yes. By my attitude, sometimes I can come across as a little bit, snooty. And I really don't want y'all to think that's who I am, because I truly believe that it's not. And it might seem sometimes like I'm growing very impatient with Lois, and like I really don't want her to be here. But of course that is not true. I'm very excited for her to be here with me. And, you know, I think our friendship is gonna grow, and maybe I can, you know, feel what she and my mother once felt, in a friendship type of way. And I just really hope that Lois is happy here, and that this second chance, that she takes it and uses it in the best way.
Well, thank you so much for agreeing to this interview. We cannot wait to start the show and start filming. And our viewers, I believe, will be able to see the first episode within a few weeks because we are just about to start filming. So we're really excited to have you on board with this. And thank you so much for agreeing to this interview.
Oh, you're so welcome. Can you see my fossil bag?
Yes, ma'am, we can see it very well.
Can you see my cat pen?
Yes, ma'am.
How are my glasses?
Very nice.
I'm a little bit short, so this chair. Oh, I didn't paint my nails.
Oh, it's perfectly fine, ma'am. No judgment.
Let me fix my ring. Okay, how does this look? Is this a good setup?
Very nice.
Okay.
So, could you just start off by telling us your full name, age, and occupation?
Yes, my name is Lois Odelia Grant, and I am a stay-at-home wife and mother.
Right. And could you tell us your age?
Well, it's not polite for a lady to tell her age. But for the sake of all the viewers out there, hey, I'm 50 years old.
You look wonderful.
Well, let me tell you, it costs a lot of money. But that's okay, because my husband Harris, he has a lot of money, and he pampers me. He's just, he's the best.
Okay. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and we can go from there.
Well, we really don't have the time to tell everything that I would want told, especially to a reality TV show. I'm gonna be a star. But, well, my favorite color is obviously deep, deep purple. I just feel that it embodies the life of royals so well, you know? I feel like if I had been born in another life, I would have been a royal. So I would have loved purple, of course. So purple is my favorite color. I work really hard. I really do. I work an hour a day. And sometimes I just feel like, sometimes I really feel like I'm gonna explode. Before Harris hired me a maid, I just thought, I'm not gonna make it. I had to do 3 dishes a day. My morning coffee cup, the saucer it went on, and the plate that my bagel went on. Can you imagine? The crumbs, the crumbs. And one time, I even had to vacuum our floor. Oh, I threw out my back for a week. So I just want y'all to know before we go into this, I am a very hard worker. Anyways, I raised our 2 sons, Jerry and Phil, pretty much on my own because Harris, darling Harris, he's a lovely man and he works so hard for our family. He would be gone sometimes 2 months at a time, just doing business because he's an accountant and he makes sure that all our money is well handled. So I would raise our sons by myself, and I think they turned out well. Phil is a podiatrist and Jerry is a taxidermist, and both of those things are so popular right now. I mean, everybody seems to need a podiatrist these days. I mean, with the air pollution and the athlete's foot going around, you just never know what you're gonna come up with. So I did a good job on them, and they just got married to their wives, Marigold and Martha. And Marigold and Martha were twins, and they just happened to fall in love with my sons. And I do have 1 grandchild on the way. Marigold is right now. But is there any, oh, what kind of car do I drive? Well, let me tell you about my baby. Literally, my car's name is Baby. It's a light pink Cadillac. And oh, is she a dream. She rides so smooth. And you know, she rides so smooth that my new hairdo doesn't even get messed up. What other questions did you have for me? I'm sorry, when I start talking about Baby, it just goes into another realm. Oh, music. Let me tell you about my music. Well, you see, I listen to jazz mostly. I listen to jazz whenever I'm feeling low. It really helps. I mean, not that I feel low very often, because I'm a very happy individual, but if I listen to jazz or swing, it just makes me want to dance. Well, side story, Harris and I used to go to swing clubs, you know, and I would wear those big poodle skirts, and oh, he just thought I was the most attractive thing. My legs, he loved them long and slender, he would say. We haven't done that in a while, but I have faith that we'll do it again soon. Now, next question.
Could you tell us how you feel about moving in with your friend Lily and how you think you're going to adjust?
Well, I believe it's going to be a very temporary situation because, well, I just believe so. I'll be coming home soon. I have a very large home located in Beverly Hills, California, and it is on the tallest of the tallest hills there because we were just, not to brag because I'm a very humble person, but we're very wealthy. Look at my ring. This is the ring that my beloved Harris got me. This is actually not even my engagement ring. My engagement ring was 15 carats, and so it really wouldn't fit on my hand. So this is a real small stone that we got for our 3rd anniversary. But anyways, our home is located in Beverly. Ew, a bug! We have to stop this interview right now! Can someone help me here? Can someone come get this nasty fly away from me? Is it gone?
Yes, ma'am, it's gone. We're
don't-
so sorry for that traumatic experience.
I don't do bugs.
Yes,
They're
ma'am.
nasty. They carry germs.
We apologize.
Anyways, I have a very nice home in Beverly Hills, California, and sometimes we get to see the movie stars. They walk by on the sidewalk walking their dog. Oh, it's the highlight of my day. But of course, I know that I'm a star too, so I just... How y'all doing? And wave at them and go on my way. But anyways, yes, our home has a pool. The deep end of the pool is 30 feet deep. We had it specially made because Harris, he does this meditation thing where he likes to jump in shirtless in a Speedo, and he likes to sink to the bottom with his toes up, and he likes to think at the end of the pool. He says it helps him to think about his life, and I just say, honey, darling, whatever makes you happy. So, anyway, yes, we have a large home, and, you know, I love Lily, but she lives very moderately, and I'm very concerned for her well-being and her safety because I don't see how anyone can live in such a small home. Her home is the size of our bathroom. I just realized that. Well, anyways, I think we're all just, you know, for the week that I'm there, we'll be just fine. And I'll have a nice visit. And I'll go home to my husband, and we'll probably go off on a trip to Paris or Rome or, I don't know, Greece or somewhere like that. Or maybe the hills of Italy and Tuscany. And perhaps he'll buy me a bottle of 100-year-old wine, and we'll sip it under the veranda, and it'll just be just like a second honeymoon. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot we were filming. Don't want to be inappropriate.
So, Mrs. Lois, we don't mean to pry, but could you tell us what is happening with Harris?
Well, generally don't talk about my private life, but since this is television and you are paying me, I believe it's in my contract. Well, you know, I've been trying to wrap my mind around it myself. What had happened was, I think I was just too controlling, and I'm very needy. Like, if he doesn't call me every lunch break, you know, I think that if you love someone, you're going to want to speak to them at every moment of the day. So I would call during his morning coffee and during his afternoon break and his lunch break, and when he'd go to make a fax on the fax machine. And you know, I'm his wife. I want to be around him all the time because he is the most attractive man, let me tell you. He's about a size, you know, extra, extra large. Oh, so much fluff for me to hold at night. But anyways, and he has this thing where he likes to go barefoot all the time. Oh, his feet are so plump and just pure white. You know, that's what rich people have. They have white feet because they don't work in the sun, so he doesn't have skin cancer or anything like that. But anyways, I could talk about his feet all day. So something very strange happened. Not too long ago, I guess it's been about a month now, Harris told me that he was unhappy. And I thought it was a joke because he's the happiest man on earth. He's married to me. So, anyways, he said he was unhappy and that he needed to go on a trip. So I think he went to buy a casino. I think that's what happened because my husband's not a gambler. He doesn't sin at all. He doesn't do anything wrong. He's the perfect gentleman. But I think he went to purchase a casino and the people on the other end did him dirty. I mean, the deal went south or something. And so he calls me and he's like, Lois. And I'm like, oh, yes, beloved. And he's like, I'm not coming home. And I said, what? What are you talking about? I'll come to you, my love. But then, the next thing I knew, I got some papers in the mail. And they were divorce papers. And I didn't understand it. Because we have the perfect marriage. We have been married for 13 years. 13. And our marriage is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. So when I got divorce papers in the mail, my heart shattered and obliterated into 10 billion pieces. And then I figured out why. There's a hussy. Her name is Jane. And she's a blonde bimbo. And she has stolen my husband. She seduced him because he wouldn't have willingly left me. Do you see this ring? Is this the ring of someone who got left? No. So, like I said, she is a hussy. And I'm going to find her one of these days. And I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. So, Harris is going to come back to me. I know it. Who wouldn't? I keep myself nice and trim. And I keep myself just perfect for him. But, you know, that's what happened. And I have perfect faith that he's coming back because that little blonde bimbo can't give him anything he needs. He needs me. I know how to cook his tuna fish sandwiches just the way he likes them. I know how to fix his cabbage and his okra. I know how to fix everything just the way he wants it. And she probably couldn't poach an egg. Also, Harris likes his clothes washed a certain way. He likes his jeans washed separate, his whites washed separate, his reds washed separate, and he works a lot. So his work clothes have to be steamed because they're so dirty. So anyway, I think it's gonna be fun, a fun visit with Lily. And until Harris comes back to me, I'm just gonna live it up because I have so much money left to spend.
Excuse me, Mrs. Grant.
Yes, honey.
Were you not informed of your current balance in your account?
The last time I checked, there was $13.4 million in there.
Well, ma'am,
Has he added some to it? Has he added some for my holiday money? Oh, Harris!
Ma'am,
Yes?
we're sorry to inform you, but you've been left with $100.
I'm gonna cry. That was the funniest joke I've heard in years. You're not laughing.
No, ma'am, this is a very serious matter.
You're not laughing.
Ma'am,
You're not laughing.
you only have $100.
I need some smelling salts. Help, I need some smelling salts. Please tell me that was a dream. I just dreamed all that, right? Where am I? This is a dream. Harris! Wake me up, honey! Pinch me! Someone pinch me! Wake me up. Harris? Is that you in there? So you're telling me that I'm poor?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll hold it together. I don't know what to say anymore. This interview is over. No one can see me like this. This better be edited out.
We're very sorry for everything. We'll leave you alone.
Well, viewers, don't worry. You will see me on this show because I'm under contract. And I will be the happiest, most wealthy. I don't know why these producers are lying to me. Oh, it was for the drama. You silly little cheeky little things. Trying to get me upset to get ratings. I forgive you. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Everything's fine over here. And I'll be ready to start filming tonight if you want.
Thank you, Miss Grant.
You're welcome. See you later. Toodly doodly doo.